So how this one ends up, you know, I wouldn't compare it to sort of when Alan Shearer was left out by Ruud Gullit all those years ago and it ended up being like a massive clash and one has to go in the end. I'm not sure we're quite at that point, but it does feel that something has to give because there is no way that Mohamed Salah is going to be content being a bit part player in this team. Whether it's in January or whether it's in the summer, if he finds the right club, because I think he deserves that right to maybe move on if things aren't going to go his way. But I can only see it. I can only see that outcome. I don't see really now that maybe once that trust is broken, especially with someone like Mo, who Daniel would know a lot better than me as a human being. I just feel like he needs that confidence and love from a manager. We all talk about how mentally strong he is, but that feels like it's going to come to a head at some point, Daniel.
Do you think he could leave the club in January?
I'd like to think not. But you never know in football. I'd like to think not. I think he's a player that, has he been performing to the level? We talk about stats, we talk about numbers, and that's what Mo's known for. Has he delivered those this season? No, he hasn't. But nobody else has either.
But you also know how much self-belief this guy has.
Yes.
And he will be hurting, won't he, right now?
Every player that is driven by, you know, goals, assists, and those are individual things, and I'm not suggesting Mo's an individual player, but he wants to be the reason why the team wins. Attackers, typically, are driven that way. It's unique when you have a striker or a winger who doesn't want to be the reason. My job is to score, my job is to assist. That is my job. I want to do that. Mo's delivered that since he's joined the football club. This is the first season where we can question him and go, oh, well, he's not doing this. But I'm not quite sure that Mohamed Salah is the reason why Liverpool aren't. Last season, he was the reason why the team won the league. And now we're quick to question, because we've got Verts coming, we've got Isak coming, guys who are young players, top-class players, going to potentially be world-class. The pair of them, there's no debate in that. I truly believe Ekitike, all the attackers that have Gakpo, this and that. But a man of Mohamed Salah's quality, it hurts me to see. I can tell that, you know, he's not happy, and you wouldn't be because you're used to being the main man. There comes a time in every player's career where managers, owners, and the player have decisions to make. I don't think this is the stage we're at with Mohamed Salah, personally. I think the club can turn it around in terms of performances, and I think Mohamed Salah can turn it around in terms of performances. But what I don't want to see is this notion that we're almost pushing Mohamed Salah away because he scored. He's the top scorer for the team. Yes, we could say there's a couple of penalties in there and whatever, but nobody's delivering top-level performances for Liverpool this season. If we actually ask those players right now, which one of you believe you've been at the level that you've set yourself and the standards you've set yourself for all these years? I'm not sure one of them can go out.
Maybe only Soboslai, probably. I don't think there's any...
Yes.
But I'm with you. I think apart from that, Daniel, there's not one... You could make a case for every player being left out in that side right now. The levels have dropped so significantly, haven't they?
Yeah, the levels have dropped. Look, I truly believe they can come back, though. I'm not suggesting that they can't come back.
Salah, would you be starting him on Saturday at Leeds?
But then, again, I'm not the manager. I can't decide what I believe he would do. I'm saying if you're going to change the formation and play a slightly different form, I would go all the way with it. And I would say, OK, well, let's have a look at Ekitike and Isak up top and see whether that's the answer. If you're going to leave Salah out again, then I will try something different. And I've worked in a number 10 behind them and see if that can open a few doors. We know what Salah can do. Yes, has he been good this season? He hasn't been at his level. Mo knows that. But Mo also knows I'm a top player and I'm prepared to work my socks off to get back to the level that I've been playing at for
One thing for sure, it didn't work today playing Soboslai and Gomez at right back and right midfield. But it might be one where you go to Leeds and be more difficult to beat, if that's what he wants to set his team up. But if you're going there to try and win and you're thinking we need a goal from somewhere and playing in a Liverpool style and making sure that you're on the front foot, then Salah has to start.